Yo,
What's good, bro?
late some more boxing on the phone here with the OG admin Julius Henderson. We was touching up on the fight that's coming up on May 6th. That'll be Canelo Alvarez versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Julius, give me some updates, some info. What do you think about that fight? How does it go down?
How does it go down? Canelo's obviously gonna be the favorite. The bigger name in boxing.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be a little tougher than what people think, just because of Chavez's size and his inside work. Chavez coming down to what is it, 164.5,
Yes, sir.
whatever that is. I do think that weight cut is gonna hurt him because 30 days out, he's still at 178. I don't know what his weight is to this day right now, but, and he's super lean already. So I just think he's going to be sucking down a lot of water and dehydrated to make that weight. But I do think that he'll blow up fight night. He'll probably come in the ring at 190, 195, 200 pounds, blowing up. And then, but Canelo will also be in the ring about 180, 190 between those two, Canelo's short, but he's a stocky guy. He's a heavy guy. One thing that I do see Chavez being able to implement his game plan is because he likes to put his head on your chest and rip to the body and come upstairs with the uppercuts and the hooks. Mexican style, bite down the mouth guard type of style. I think that might work for Chavez in this fight because Canelo is not going to try to move around the ring and box. He's going to try to stand toe-to-toe and try to counter off Chavez, which I do see Canelo having some success because he will be the faster fighter. But I do think if Canelo, which he shows us has a bad habit of doing, is he likes to lay on those ropes. And if you go back into that Liam Smith fight, Liam Smith, a smaller guy, really not all that technical, a lower level fighter was able to walk Canelo down, put him on the ropes, and kind of tee off on him. The thing is, Liam Smith don't have no power. And like I said, he don't really have the technique behind his punches. Chavez,
So you think that Chavez may have success doing that if Canelo chooses to go to the ropes like he usually does? You think that since Leon Smith has success, a little bit of success doing it, you believe that a bigger, better, stronger, more tactical fighter in Chavez Jr., you think he could do better work than Leon Smith that he did on Canelo on the ropes?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. That's what I'm saying. This Canelo, get on the ropes. Chavez is going to be bigger, stronger. This is going to be ripping him. But I do. Canelo is a nice counter puncher, and I think Chavez might be a little slow. But also, same thing with Kirkland. You go back to James Kirkland versus Canelo. He was also able to walk Canelo down, put him on the ropes, and land some clean punches. The thing with Kirkland is another guy who's not really that technical, and he's really not that big of a puncher. And it's just levels, but I'm seeing these other guys are able to do it. I also see Chavez being able to do it, and I think that's where Chavez will have success, and I see Canelo having success in the middle of the ring, countering, flipping, coming back upstairs with the uppercuts.
So you think it'll be the battle of if Chavez Jr. can put him on the ropes versus if Canelo can keep him at the center of the ring?
Basically, I see Canelo having success off the ropes too. Like I don't think like the ropes. Like if it was like Triple G and Canelo on the ropes, then I would think 100% he's gonna get hurt. Mm-hmm. But I do think Chavez is not as technical, and so it's not like he's gonna be calculating his punches. He's just gonna be throwing. Mm-hmm. So I do see Canelo having trouble there. He's gonna get hit a lot, but I also can see Canelo countering, the lean back, come back with the uppercut, the right hand, and see him have moments looking good on the ropes. You know what I mean?
I got you. I got you. Now, Chavez Jr. has been very, very focused in this fight. He got the trainer Nacho Beristain. Freddie Roach said he didn't want to train with him. Do you think that we will see the best Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., probably like the Chavez Jr. that showed up versus Andy Lee? Do you think this is a very focused Chavez Jr. that we're going to see fighting? Because we know that he's not going to lay down. And we know that he really doesn't care about the money because, his father already got money from his success. Do you think that a very different Chavez Jr. will show up in this fight?
I can't say. I really don't know because Chavez has told us before and shown, like in his last fight, he was swear he was a new Chavez and super dedicated, and he made 168 in his last fight, but he looked super shut down, and he didn't look all that great in the fight. He won. He fought a lower end type of guy. He won the fight, but we'll see, man. Chavez, his body looks great. In camp, he looks all ripped up and stuff, but the body don't always mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
All I do is hope that
So, do you
Chavez
think that the weight cut will be a problem?
Yeah, the weight cut's gonna hurt him 100%.
Do you think that he will actually make 164, or like some people may be like, well, since he's not really that type of come up fighter who's out of the neighborhood and was broke, he may just probably sacrifice 2 pounds just to come in at say 166.4 or even 167. Do you see that he will probably cut $3 million off just to come in healthy and make weight and have a better chance at defeating Saul Canelo Alvarez?
I don't think so, because if he comes in, if he does come in gels, even though he should be able to just fight, if he's gonna fight Chavez, it should be at 168. But that he agreed, he signed the papers, he'll be at 164.5. So I do think it will hurt him, like in the public's view, as his fans.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he can win, there's going to be a lot of excuses and stuff. I do think Chavez is prideful, and I think for this fight he will come in at 164.5, and that's the reason I think he will be hurt, because he's going to do everything that he can to make 164. If he does come in at like 165 or 165.5, I won't be surprised. But I really do think he will make it.
Now, I meant to touch up on Canelo as well. We see that Canelo, he's looked really good in training camp. He's not draining himself no more. He some people say he looks fat, but I think he looks healthy. I think this may be one of his best training camps, just for the fact that he don't have to shave off his beard or nothing. He don't have to force himself to cut weight. He don't have to really wear on the big sauna suits that he used to wear on. I feel like the Canelo, this may be a better Canelo at 164.5, just because of the fact that he doesn't have to put on 20 pounds. That's why I say a lot of people may say, yeah, Canelo is going to blow up to 180, but he may just go at 175. It's usually the people who are weight drained who actually gain 20 pounds. I don't think Canelo's weight drained. I think this may be his best training camp, just because of the fact that he doesn't have to kill himself. He probably doesn't have to take diuretics. He probably doesn't have to drain all the water out of himself, and he's very healthy at 164.5.
What you said was true. It's the guys who cut a lot of weight who usually blow up.
Yes.
But I want to say this is we don't know. I won't say this is his best training camp. You know what I mean? From just what we've seen, he always looks great on the mitts. He always looks good on the bag and stuff. What we can say 100%, and this will be his easiest weight cut. You know what I mean? I don't want to say camp, because the camps is always different. It's fight week that he hurts himself, not during the camp. It's fight week trying to make the weight. And whoever says he's looking fat, I disagree. I mean, he has I think I just seen a picture he posted. He has a 4-pack and a V-line. His body looks good. He looks solid. He looks strong. He looks lean.
So, do you see Canelo staying at 160? I'm not gonna say 164.5. Do you think he'll stay? Because I think he had an article where he said, he's here to stay, but he could probably go back to 154. I don't think he'll ever make 154 in his lifetime again. But do you think he's actually here to stay at 160?
No, he's done with 155. He has. I mean, he fought at 154 to fight Liam Smith. But if you go before that, he was doing a whole bunch of just catch weights at 55, which was technically 155 to 160 is technically middleweight. He never will make 154 again in his life, especially coming up to 164 for this fight. That last weight cut hurt him for the Liam Smith fight. He's done at that weight class. He's a middleweight. He's always been a true middleweight. And now after this fight, all we can do is hope. We can hope that he fights Triple G in September, and that he stands in there with fights with Lemieux.
It's been talks to him fighting David Lemieux, and we see that David Lemieux was recently added to his undercard about a couple of weeks ago. Do you see a fight happening with David Lemieux in September, then a fight with Triple G finalizing in May? Because I feel like if Oscar De La Hoya will fight that David Lemieux, if Oscar De La Hoya would make Canelo fight David Lemieux in September, I feel like they should kind of do the Kovalev versus Ward blueprint where, hey, you fight David Lemieux in September, Triple G will fight Billy Joe Sanders, and when the fight come around in May, we not even gonna have to negotiate just because the contracts will be signed. Do you think something like that should happen? Whereas when February or next March is nearing, it won't be no contract novations. The contracts will already be signed, and we'll already have a fight finalized.
I don't know. I like Canelo versus Lemieux. I think that's a great fight. A fight that I personally as a fan want to see. But the fight that needs to happen, the fight that everybody wants to see, and the fight that they've been dragging, Golden Boy Promotion been dragging, is the Triple G fight. I don't think Canelo should fight anybody next but Triple G, and that's how I view it. David Lemieux versus Canelo will be a good fight. It will be interesting to see, how Canelo takes the punches. A lot of people say David Lemieux will run down Canelo, and honestly, that's a 50-50 fight for me because I see holes in David Lemieux's game that I see that Canelo does well, and then I see holes with Canelo that David Lemieux can capitalize on. Like I said, the rope and the high guard and not being active. Canelo also doesn't really have a jab. Those are things that Lemieux can capitalize on. But then, like I said, the counter striking from Canelo can also give Lemieux trouble. You know what I mean? So that's a 50-50 fight for me. I like it. I think that making 160 for Lemieux is hurting him.
Uh-huh.
And I think that he gasses out towards the middle of the end rounds. And I do think Canelo will be a little fresher at 160 while we can do it, just guessing. But he also gasses too. But I do think Lemieux gasses after like the sixth round. Not 100% gas, but you start to see he slows down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He still got power. He's still swinging, but that animosity that he's coming in that first round is definitely not there anymore. That weight cut to 160 is hurting him as well.
So the fight with Canelo and Lemieux, it may happen at 164.5 because I don't think Lemieux will turn down a 164.5 deal with Canelo just because of the fact that he's cutting a lot of weight. That may actually help that.
No, that won't happen. That won't happen. The only reason this fight is at 164.5 is because their weight drain Chavez, who fights at 175 / 168.
But you don't think that Lemieux will ask for a fight at 164.5 just because
Lemieux has zero power to ask for anything in that fight. He takes what he's offered, and they might actually try to fight him at 158. You got to understand the Canelo game. He's not going to fight Lemieux at a fair weight. If he fights Lemieux at 164, that's actually giving Lemieux some extra pounds to be comfortable at.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't do that. The best weight that Canelo would fight Lemieux at is 160. But honestly, with everything we've seen from Canelo and the catch weight, I think that he would fight Lemieux at 158, knowing Lemieux struggles to make 160. So I do think that would be a catch weight at 158. Those 2 pounds. I honestly don't be surprised if that happens. I don't see that fight being at 160, and I don't see it being definitely not 164. Being at 164 is more for Lemieux, but Lemieux has no say. He has no power. You know what I mean? A fight that I would like to see Canelo in. I honestly, at 160, I would love to see him get in there with a bigger, longer, taller, athletic fighter like a Danny Jacobs, or Willie Monroe Jr., or even Charlo. I'm not willing to take Charlo just yet because, I'll let him win a fight at 160 and then he can be right back in the mix. But at 160, the guys that have been fighting at 160, I do want to see Danny Jacobs or Willie Monroe Jr., who Canelo was supposed to fight at 160 when Willie Monroe Jr. fought Jay Rosado. Exactly. I don't know if a lot of people forget that or just ignore that, but Willie Monroe Jr. and Jay Rosado signed contracts, agreeing to fight Canelo next if they won. And their plans got fucked over because they wanted to fight Gabe Rosado, stylistically that's an easy fight for Canelo. And then stylistically compared to Willie Monroe Jr., the easy fight for Canelo. I'm not saying Gabe is an easy fight, but on styles between those two, who's the easier one? They wanted Gabe, but Willie Monroe Jr. earned the fight. He won his fight, and I'd love to see that fight stylistically. That's a great matchup for us to calculate how far Canelo's come since the Floyd Mayweather's fight, since the Lara fight, Because we know that Canelo hates people who can use lateral movement. And the difference with Willie Monroe Jr. and Lara, in my opinion, I think Willie Monroe throws more punches. Now, a lot of people can say, "Oh, Willie Monroe's not as good as Lara." That's all opinions. All I know is Willie Monroe has great footwork, great feet, great speed, and he throws a lot of punches. He's not a heavy-handed guy, but he throws a lot of punches. Like if you corner him, he go pop 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 and he moves. You know what I mean? He doesn't just throw 1-2 move, 1-2 move. You know, Willie Monroe will let his hands go. Willie Monroe is a natural 160 pounder. He's a big, solid guy. He's strong. He's fast. That's a fight I would love to see. And Canelo I would like to see how he would do with him. But the fight that I think we all want is Canelo versus Triple G.
And I really hope that fight will get done, but I just think that Canelo versus Triple G won't get done this September because I feel like Oscar De La Hoya will hit the excuse like, well, we want Canelo to fight a tune-up at 160 first. You know, we want him to fight. We want him to get comfortable at the weight. I definitely do not see Canelo fighting Triple G right away if he beats Chavez Jr. That's an if, because we don't know which Chavez Jr. show up, but hopefully it's a very focused Chavez Jr. But I just don't see Canelo versus Triple G happening this September. It may have happened this year in December, but more than likely it's probably going to be gone for May of next year. And something's going to come up, and then it's going to be gone for May of 2019 or whatever. But I really feel like that Oscar De La Hoya will yeah. I mean, exactly because like
2019.
Yeah, 2019. Some people betting money that is going to be 2020, but I just feel like that I just feel like that fight won't happen this year just because of the fact that Oscar De La Hoya will say that Canelo needs to fight at 160 first, get a couple of tune-ups at 160, not 164, you know, to get his body right before actually fighting Triple G. And I'm gonna tell you this, and by the time that comes up, Triple G will already be beating Big Billy Joe Sanders, hopefully. And it's been talks about Triple G versus Ramirez going up. And many people acting like, oh, the 15 million flat fee rate. What many people don't know is like Triple G, his net worth is actually more than Canelo. You know, it's not like Canelo is like Floyd Mayweather, where he got this huge net worth over Triple G, and that Triple G desperately need the $15 million. No, I don't think so. Triple G doesn't desperately need the $15 million. I mean, he's been under his same promoter for years. He's sponsored by Jordan, sponsored by iPhone. I mean, he get endorses monthly. I don't think he needs the money. But I will say this though, that will be his biggest money fight, and who wouldn't want to walk away with $15 million, win or lose? Now, I'm not saying that Triple G should have took the flat rate, but $15 million at the end of the day would have been his biggest payday. But what I was saying at first was when that time when the time happens when Canelo will actually fight at 160, get some catch. I mean, bring people up to fight him at 160. Triple G will probably more than likely already be at 168. Like I said before, he's he was supposed to be talks fighting Gilberto Ramirez. Bob Arum would like that fight. I think that'd be a very good fight for him. And honestly, I could see him returning to 160 to fight Canelo, but I kind of don't, because by the time that fight happened, Triple G would probably be 37 years old or probably already retired. You know, I do like the Triple G versus Canelo fight, but there's so many fights that's out there for Triple G. It's Triple G versus Ramirez, Triple G versus DeGale, hopefully Triple G versus Andre Ward, but I don't think he's gonna come back to 168. Uh, he could clear out 168, you know, so he got a very big opportunity. So I don't know why fans try to act like, okay, Canelo will be his career defining fight. Well, in terms of names, it'll probably be a career defining fight, but I feel like in terms of skills and styles matchups and different opponents, I say no. I feel like it's better opponents that Triple G can fight than Canelo. Now Canelo be his biggest name, but when you pull up Canelo and DeGale or Canelo and Ramirez or all the other great fighters, Canelo versus Andre Dirrell, you know, those fighters will beat Canelo. And I feel like that Triple G will have a very good opportunity going to 168, and I favor him to beat all of them.
All right.
Yeah.
That's been the end of the podcast. Lace on my boxing. This your boy Jordan Larkin. This your boy Julius Henderson. Julius, you want to say something else before I get off the phone?
Man, just like and subscribe to YouTube video. Our YouTube page. Add us on our Facebook group, Lace 'em Up / MMA / boxing group on Facebook, and that's all I got to say.
All right, y'all. Peace.
More.
All right, peace.
All right.